Welcome to the Dummy Plug Podcast.
Welcome everyone to the Dummy Plug Podcast. I'm Gainer79. Tonight on the podcast, we will be discussing the over-sexualization of anime characters in anime. Tonight on the podcast, I'm being joined by Asuka.
Hello.
Unitu.
Hello.
And General Iowa.
I thought we were going to discuss it in cardboard or fast food commercials. Darn.
We could work on that too. There's a story behind that, but maybe. I don't know. Have you seen Ninja Slayer yet?
No. What?
Yeah,
no.
Ninja Slayer?
Just no. Just no. Nope, train is leaving now.
Alrighty then. So, anyway. Oh yeah, and in addition to the topic for tonight, we also have some, we've received a ton of, stuff from the fan Q&A emails. Yeah, pretty much a ton.
Yes, it's literally 2,000 pounds of paper.
Oh my god,
digital.
So much.
Yeah, no, but we have received emails, so thank you everyone for sending those. Please continue to send them in. We will be reading those, sometime after Anime Central, because we want to give everybody a chance to get questions in. So, keep sending stuff, and we'll continue to sort through them and read them. Anyway, to the topic at hand, the over-sexualization of anime characters.
Well,
So this is I know this is a bit of a controversial subject in the sense that there's not exactly a gray area or middle ground with this. It's more of you either are okay with it or you're completely against it. Asuka, I know you're completely against it. So
no. I'm okay with it when it's appropriate. Like for a grown character capable of understanding what they're doing in terms of expressing sexuality and being involved sexually, but if it's like a child, then no, like I'm not against inappropriate sexuality, or I'm against inappropriate sexuality. I'm not against appropriate expressions of sexuality, and by appropriate I don't mean like normal. I just mean safe, demonstrative of a person being able to actually give consent and stuff.
So you're okay as long as the person is of age, knows what they're doing, and accepts what they're doing. No,
it's kind of great because like there are characters that I can think of that are like of age, and I'm still like, please stop using the exploitation of them sexually as a centerpiece for your plot. But it's a lot easier to stomach when it's not a child.
So basically, everything that makes up Queen's Blade, you are against.
I don't know what that is. What'd you say?
Have you seen Queen's Blade?
No.
Yeah, I know Rob's seen Queen's Blade.
What's it called?
Queen's Blade? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a minute to go Google that one. Have fun with it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
Nope.
Or Sekirei, I think, is in that line, too. But
man, the Nope train just loves coming through here, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. So
I think a lot of times it's just sort of cheap.
Yeah.
It's marketing. They'll buy it if there's boobs.
Like I love like it's okay to have big boobs. It's okay to be a sexual character if you're like an adult and stuff. But like you don't have to constantly be playing a character's sexuality for laughs, you feel me?
Sort of.
Like,
I need examples.
Of what, doing it the right way?
How would you feel about...
I just want to get an idea of, like, what Asuka's talking about, like, specifically. Like, what is, like, if she's got an example she could cite.
Asuka, how would you feel about, is it Yoko in Gurren Lagann?
Oh, yeah, Yoko.
Yoko, that's it.
Yoko is 14, so...
Yeah, wait,
oh, is she really?
Yoko is 14, so it's terrible.
She's 14.
Okay, then Yoko in the
Jesus
second
Christ,
part.
Kamal.
What? I didn't know that.
There needed to be at least one yelling in the other. Kamal and I are in the same geographic location today, so we're in separate rooms of the same apartment, and there needed to be at least one incident where you could hear me on his mic. No, Yoko is underage, and I think that the point that was just made by, like, Kamal not realizing she was 14 is the crux of the issue. Like, she is played as if she is, like, you would guess somewhere in her early 20s, wouldn't you? Like,
That's
19, 20, 21.
I would never guess that with her.
She is 14, and she's played like a mature adult. And, like, there's nothing wrong with her inherently being in a swimsuit. Like, there's nothing wrong with showing skin. There's nothing wrong with being sexy. But there is something wrong when that's, like, exploited. So, like, the episode in Gurren Lagann, like, when, I think, it's been so long, Kamal's watched it recently, the one where they're at the hot springs, and don't they have a towel that's, like, trying to kill them? There's a filler episode where, like,
I know the
girls,
hot springs episode, but yeah.
the girls, Ray and Oscar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know that episode.
But, like, they're being held captive, and they're all almost naked, and, like, the point is that if Kamina doesn't save them,
they're gonna get
the towels that are on them will, like, constrict until they break. And that's the whole point, is that Kamina, like, doesn't want to save them because he wants to see them all naked. And I'm like, can you not?
You can't blame, but you can't blame Kamina for being Kamina.
Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Old.
And Kamina's like
supposed
15 or 16. He's got
really? Then how old is Simone?
Simon's like
apparently 9 years old.
Simone's like 12.
What?
Like, that's the whole point, is, like, Simone's, like, 2 years younger than Yoko, and Kamina's 2 years older. So she's, like, right between them both, so they both kind of have a boner for her.
Man,
age is an anime.
But then
you see what I'm saying?
But the thing is, like, the time skip after, like, after a couple episodes makes this all irrelevant, because then they're all of age.
Well,
Kamina is 18 years old, which makes his interest in Yoko not okay.
No.
It's okay in Japan.
And Japan is fucked up in the head in a lot of regards.
Let's not be racist.
No, they're fucked up in the head for various reasons. But everybody is fucked up in the head for various reasons. They have their own special way of doing it.
I got a feeling we're going to get some emails.
Yeah, and I want to make especially clear that I completely and totally disagree with that statement in, like, every way.
All right. So Yoko's an example of doing it wrong.
Yeah,
because, like, look here, the fact that we're even having an argument, the fact that when I say she's 14, that's disgusting, everyone automatically jumps to, well, in the time skip it's okay, and because Kamen is this age, it's okay. Like, if you have to defend it and make it okay, then it's wrong. Like, it's ding dong, you're wrong.
Okay. So, but then, like, so we need an example of somebody doing it right then, like.
There aren't a lot. I'm trying really hard to think of one where sexuality is done in a way that isn't. Misato's plotline is never really, like, it's exploitative, but only within her plot. Like, it's not exploited. She's not being exploited to the viewer.
She's being exploited.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
She's using. I mean, she's engaging in what is kind of unhealthy sexual behavior. Not like bad, illegal, wrong sexual behavior, but like unhealthy sexual behavior.
She's engaging.
But she's not being used as fan service. Whereas Asuka, on the other hand, is constantly, and so is Rei, constantly the victims of hypersexualization in a super negative way, especially because they're children.
Okay.
Like the thermal expansion scene, like,
the boobs.
What the fuck is the point? Well, what the fuck is the point of? How old are they supposed to be? 14?
Yeah.
Asuka's technically 13.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, to be fucking Christ.
So what the fuck is the point of her saying, like, okay, a girl that graduated college, like, she's 13 and she already graduated college, in like a STEM degree. Why would she use breasts as an example for thermal expansion?
To get Shinji's attention.
All of my thank you, Asuka.
It's playing characters as dumber than they actually are. Dumb is a bad word. I shouldn't use that word.
Well,
as less intelligent than they are.
But what if Asuka was doing it intentionally to get Shinji's attention?
I guess, but did they have to close on her boobs for it?
Yeah, like...
Also, if they were going to do that, could you, like, make it obvious? Like, just doing something edgy doesn't automatically make it satire. But you have to make it really clear. Or like, just doing something doesn't make it clear. You have to show and also tell in TV like this. Like, you have to make abundantly clear what your intent is. Ambiguous, which is like the tagline of this whole show. But no, I don't think that's what they were going for at all. I think it was fan servicey.
And I think that's really the crux of all of this, is it's fan service. They're trying to get views. They're trying to get clicks.
All right. Well, the question now, I think, is, well, why does fan service exist? I mean, I'll be the devil's advocate on this one, because my personal thought on this is that fan service exists because the viewers want it, and really, if fan service wasn't necessary to make money, it wouldn't be done. But because, fan service caters to the people that want to see it, and because those people that want to see it drive the market, you're always going to see it now. It's always going to be a part of it, whether you like it or not.
I actually think the market's moving away from fan service.
If there stops being a demand for the exploitation of underage women and girls in anime, then it will go away. If there's away.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of, there's a little bit of a movement away from, the moe anime to a certain degree. You're starting to see a little bit more of the edgier, shock factor anime, like your Attack on Titan, your Tokyo Ghoul, stuff like that. But, a lot of the, cuter little, hey, they're cute girls doing cute things, and every so often we're going to throw in some stuff that, gives you a little bit of a boner. You're seeing a little bit less of that nowadays, and I think that's reflective of the audience. They want what they want, and the market's going to, and the anime industry is going to give it to them.
So because people are disgusting pedophiles, I'm supposed to be okay with that?
I'm not saying you're supposed to be okay with it. I'm just saying that's what's kind of driving the market.
Also, and I don't want to say anime as a market because that's just so vague and doesn't cover what we're talking about. But does anime really want to be known for pandering to pedophiles?
I don't think it does it intentionally.
But it still does it.
What do you mean you don't think it does it intentionally? How could it do it unintentionally?
I also think there's an issue of it worked in the past, and if we know anything about marketing executives and people who produce media, is that they don't want to try anything new.
Nope.
Right. It's a simple thing of, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. It's
deeply, deeply broke to everyone except for the people that small percentage of people that are consuming it that way.
Right, but that small percentage of people that are consuming it also make up the biggest, portion of income for the industry. Really the people who buy the merch and all, not DVD sales and all that don't mean much in the long run. You're not making a lot of money on those. It's all the ancillary merch, your figures, your wall scrolls, anything like that. There
are figures that aren't loose.
Right, but I'm just saying, that fact is, all the ancillary merch related to a show is what's driving the market, and the people that are consuming that ancillary merch are that hardcore sect of people that are, watching these shows.
Not necessarily. I know the most prolific figure collector I know is not gross. So you're not defending your point very well.
I'm trying to wrap my head around this a little bit because listen, even if the merch itself isn't lewd in any sort of way, just about what the people.
Well, there is a lot of lewd merch, and it does sell.
Right, but again, it's all about what the market wants, and what the people who are consuming it want, and what the people who are consuming it will end up doing with it. That's why doujin manga is such a big deal. And a lot of the stuff that really sells in terms of doujin manga is porn manga.
I'm not getting where you're going.
Okay.
I don't get it either.
I think the bottom line is it's cheap to make and it sells.
Right. It's just let's churn out the same thing over and over. Just change a couple of things. Whatever's going to appease the fans.
It's lazy and titillating to have raunchy sex, but lazy and titillating apparently sells. So it is the producer's fault for continuing to produce lazy and titillating. And it's the consumer's fault for continuing to be that interested in lazy and titillating and exploitative work.
Yes,
right.
I don't think that anime is the only industry by any means at all that does this. I think it is media as a whole. I just think that it's a lot more open. Maybe not even. It's just that. I'm trying to think. Exploiting women's sexuality is nothing new for media, total. Mass media as a whole. It's the same way with comics.
Right.
It's the same way.
I think those are two of the main, if not only, sort of adult cartoons. I don't want to make that sound pornographic, but drawings and animations that are intended for mature audiences where they get away with it, or they have an audience for this. So I think cartoons or comics and anime sort of take the brunt of that because they're the ones who are doing it.
I think anime gets hit the hardest with it because it's the most accessible to a younger generation. You'll see a lot of mature content, in anime, but the main, target audience for that is usually, younger in the sense as, teenagers or, very young adults. But
anime isn't for children, though. There are some genres and there are shows, certainly, but just in the same way that cartoons are not for children and comics are not for and I don't mean not for children as in they are only for adults, but they are not specifically a children's medium.
Right.
Anime, I would argue, is not almost entirely, but a lot of it is 14 and up, at least. The minority of it is explicitly child friendly, and I think that we tend to say that cartoons and animation are a children's thing because in the West they kind of are, and adult cartoons are the outlier, whereas in a lot of the rest of the world that is not true. Yeah. I lost my train of thought, so.
Okay.
I mean, continue defending yourself.
All right. Well, here's the thing. If you want to see change in the industry, it's going to have to happen through the fans. If the fans stop consuming it, you'll stop seeing it.
Yeah, so stop consuming it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've done. I've stopped consuming it.
Right. And
I'm trying to make this change happen, but the problem is that, it's an uphill battle against a lot that's not willing to change their ways and does not think that looking at female characters under the age of 18 and having those kinds of thoughts is wrong. Why does that disconnect happen? That's what I don't get. I really don't get, how does that disconnect happen?
You mean, why do fans think it's okay because, even though the character might be underage, but because they're animated, that's okay?
Yeah, you wouldn't do that with a real girl of 14. Why is it okay with a drawn one? WTF?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. With me, most of the series I like them because they don't have gratuitous amounts of fan service. I mean, let's face it.
There
lot
are
of the
shows
that
that aren't, like, horrific fan service, but are still cute. K-On!
I can't get into K-On! I really can't. But that's because I'm so old. I started with Azumanga Daioh.
See, that's not... Well...
No. There is no fan service. That is just normal slice of life.
Except for Chio.
No, the plot line with the creepy principal is really gross. Like, it's not fan servicey, but, like, pedophilia is not funny.
That's a good commentary on what...
But otherwise, no, that's the type of show that, like, it's not... Here, there's a word in, I hate to sound so pretentious to say, but, like, feminist theory, called male gaze. So, like, things that are catered for the male gaze. So, like... at the cover, I'm sitting at Chad's desk, and thanks, Chad. Something on your desk is helping me with the podcast. I have the cover for Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Okay.
And if you're listening, give it a quick Google. I'll wait. Okay.
God damn
on it, Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow is on the cover, and it's male gazy. So here's why it's like for the male gaze. She is posed in a way, well, first off, she's photoshopped so that her arms are not the same length. Her waist is more narrow than her head. She's posed in, like, not a very powerful stance, and she's kind of like standing in front of a battleship and holding two guns and, like, waving in the breeze. That's not empowering for her character. It's pretty. It's for people. It's for straight men to look at and be like, Black Widow is hot.
Yep.
Black Widow's a badass because she's just kind of standing there looking wayfish and big-boobed and skinny. You know? Like, it's not... I'm trying to think of more examples of male gaze stuff. Basically, intended to sexually appeal to straight men, which is like everything. So, like, Azumanga Daioh isn't written for anyone, really. I think it's an almost all-female cast. Almost entirely, except for, like, two characters.
Except for the one male teacher...
The cat.
And the cat.
Cat dad. And, yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Father.
Chio-chan's father, yeah.
Yeah, father. But it's not... They're not like... Oh no, we're at swim class and we're all wet and I tripped and fell. And, like, you know exactly what type of, like, close-up pan I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't do that.
It's just like, we're at gym class and this is awkward. Here's why. And it's like,
and Tomo tries to drown Chio-chan.
Exactly. Things like that. I forgot where I was going with male gaze stuff, but that's part of where the over-sex... It's a big
just
problem
like
behind
every guy ever.
Okay, follow-up question.
Gotcha.
Is there a place for that?
For male gaze stuff?
For sexualization.
Porn?
As a femme-presenting person, I say please stop doing it. Or at least stop doing it at the expense of unwilling participants. Like, a lot of fan service in anime is... I keep leaning away from the mic because I forget that I don't have a mic on the headphones. Sorry, guys. That sounds really bad. I don't have my usual headphones.
Leaning.
What was I was just talking about. I already lost my train of thought. Unwilling participants. A lot of the fan service is predicated on, like, oh no, my dress flew up. Like, when Asuka's dress flies up and we see the back of her underwear for an instant, and the boys are all like, oh, and she's, like, visibly horrified and then beats the crap out of them. Even though she beats the crap out of them, it's still a moment where she is unwillingly the object of male gaze. So, like, okay, perfect example. Shocking. Panny is willingly, absolutely willingly, and happily the object of male sexual attention. And that's fine with her. And she's a consenting adult, and that's what she does, and it makes her happy. Good for her. Good character.
Wait, you just called Panty from Panty and Stocking a good character based on that.
She's a fantastic character. She gives, less than a fuck. Less than half a fuck.
Negative.
Actually, she gives all the fucks, if you know what I mean.
She gives a lot of fucks, but, she doesn't, she don't care. She don't care. No one cur. No, I cur that you haven't seen that show, but I mean, just she don't cur. No one cur.
And what's funny about it is, Panty's literally giving all the fucks, but Stocking's the one that everybody gave a shit about.
And that might have a lot to do with Panty's agency. Panty being a willing participant in sexuality is considered, oh god, she's a crazy slut. But Panty, their Stocking is more ooh, big boob Lolita. Ooh. Yep. I don't know. It's gross. So gross.
So I think what you're trying to get at here is because Panty is a quote unquote empowered character, she gets less attention from an audience that, doesn't want that.
I don't think quote unquote empowered is the right way to put it, so much as she's choosing to be an active participant in sexuality rather than being forced to be a participant in sexuality. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I mean, but that's the thing. It's just because she wants it doesn't mean that it's going to be appealing, which is kind of weird when you really think about it. The idea that a woman
not wanting it.
I think
it's weird that the idea that a female character wanting sexuality is a turnoff to viewers. That's weird.
And
real weird.
And I think I can explain this. And the only way I can actually explain this is through something I've heard, from time and time again. It's always the idea that the chase is better than the catch. And I think, male audiences like the idea of being teased and not just being given everything. They like to have to work for it. They like to have to really get the payoff, as opposed to with Panty, where it's already there, willing, ready to go, come get it, and it's just okay, whatever. I don't, now that I've got it, I don't really want it.
It's this ridiculous double standard that you all have been socialized to have, where you want women to give it up to you. You want women to have sex with they want it, because that's gross. And that just doesn't make any good goddamn sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. Why would you pursue someone who isn't interested in you and dog them and wear them down until they eventually, which, by the way, is not consent, until they eventually end up sleeping with you, when there's someone who would love to sleep with you and would really enjoy being sexually active with you? Why is that person's sexual interest a turnoff? And I would answer it's probably, it's definitely a facet of rape culture, but it's also just a facet of male socialization, that you want what you can't have, and what you can't have. It's this sexualization of the concept of virginity. Girls that don't want it or are, for all intents and purposes, appear to not be having a lot of sex, are more appealing to guys because of that. But they want they want a girl that knows a lot about sex but has never had it, and wants them but isn't open about wanting them. It's a bunch of fucking games, honestly. It's terrible. It's terrible games, and it ends up hurting a lot of people, because women get and I keep saying women when I mean to say femme presenting, because it's not just women, but people get coerced into having sex because of that whole the chase thing. The idea of the chase is so fucked up, because if you express interest in someone and they don't want you, move on. Leave them alone. If they don't want you, they're not, and they'll come to you if they want you. And it's even more ridiculous when it's say you have two women that you're interested in, and one of them is I'm interested in you too. We should have sex. We should be intimate. And the other one is I'm not really interested in you, sorry. Why is the second one more appealing every time?
I think that's an assumption.
I think it's because the idea that we want to find out why they don't want us.
It's
but
also
why does
an
it
assumption.
matter?
It's
Also, we're getting into stuff that isn't sexualization of anime characters. We're getting into stuff about consent and rape culture, and I don't know if that's where you guys want to go.
No,
I'll go there if that's where...
Let's not go there right now. I don't have the mental capacity, and I'm not prepared yet for it just
Try
yet.
living it. Woo!
Oh no, I live the rejection culture very well, believe me.
Oh my god. It must be so sad. It must be so hard.
Trust me, you don't want to go into this with me.
Okay, then we won't.
All
That's
right,
why I said, let's not get into it.
Yeah, but I sense the sarcasm, and I don't like it. Anyway, so yeah, back to the topic at hand here. So we don't understand why the over-sexualization happens, and I think, and so now let's move on to where does the industry go from here? Does it continue down the same path? Are there people that are going to start standing up to be, more artistic in what they do and move away from from the sexualization? What do you guys think is the future of the industry right now?
Of anime?
It has been moving away from it over the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to say it won't move back. I think some of the more popular sections of the industry have certainly moved away from it.
I think here's the thing, and I think the problem with the industry right now is that a lot of the visionaries and artists who truly want to tell a story and don't really want to rely on like cheap tricks like fan service and stuff, they're not getting a lot of their stuff made simply because there's no funding for it. And that's why that's why like recently among the industry you started to see a lot of Kickstarter projects and
Under the Dog.
Yeah, there's a lot of crowdsourced projects now from different artists because they can't get any legitimate studio to fund their ideas because the studio doesn't think it'll sell. So basically they fund, what they do is they fund an OVA project. If the OVA goes well and a lot of people pump money into it, only then does a studio pick it up and make a series out of it. And I think that's where the future of the industry is now. Is you're going to see a lot of OVA stuff coming out, and then you're going to see, and then if that OVA is successful, then the mainstream industry will pick it up, and you'll start seeing it marketed.
You cut out, but I think I can hypothesize what you said. And I agree. Yeah,
Liz, I think you've been cutting out.
Yeah, Liz, you've been cutting out hard.
Well, it's also on my, you guys are all, whatever. It's fine. I know what you said. I think it's tough in every industry for someone who wants to tell a story without catering to a lot of the things that media is built upon, like male gaze stuff and, exploitation of women.
Business executives.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, sex sells as far as they're concerned. So if you want to make something that doesn't sell sex, it's going to be hard.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, the industry now is so different, because the sex sells things. You start seeing a lot less of the, you start seeing a lot less of the Miyazaki stuff, and you start seeing a lot more of the ecchi hentai stuff. I don't
think it's I think it's been that way from the beginning.
It's been more prominent lately, and Miyazaki himself has actually said such, where you're seeing a lot less of visionary people like himself, and more catering to the hardcore otaku.
Now, is that because the visionary people have stopped compromising and left?
It's a little bit of both of the stop compromising and leaving the industry, and they can't get their work put out. So, and again, this is where the crowdfunding comes in, because now you see projects like I think it was Little Witch Academia that came out.
So good, good.
But now that was a project that, for all intents and purposes, would not have gotten made without crowdfunding. And
is that right? I didn't realize. Well, now, that was Trigger's first thing before Kill la Kill, wasn't it? And now Kill la Kill, so...
Right, we gotta remember...
It's interesting to know... Hang on, I'm looking at it. I'm pretty sure it was Trigger that did that. Yeah, Trigger. It's interesting that they made this really cool all-girl cast anime that wasn't exploitative, but it's built upon the money generated by Kill la Kill.
I mean, I think that falls under Visionaries compromising.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I agree. Also, the first one was, or the second one was, is.
Well, you know, and I think, here's the thing, though, is with all this over-sexualization in anime now, you see a lot less of the, you know, instant classics in anime. Like, you know, when was the last time you saw a show that you could honestly say was on par with a Cowboy Bebop, with an Akira, with, you know, anything like that?
Cromartie High School?
I think hindsight's 20/20. I like Kill la Kill.
I mean, listen, I love Kill la Kill too, don't get me wrong. But
we've noticed.
It's my problematic fave.
Here's the thing. It's a fun show, but is it, and really it's a rare, you know, being what it is, that it's going to be, you know, that was so popular. But, you know, but for as popular as it is, you don't, you know, how fondly is it going to be remembered on, you know, later on down the road? You know, that's the question you have to ask yourself.
I don't think anything these days is going to be really remembered that fondly.
Oh, sure it will. We have the internet. Everything.
I was going to say, I'm sure there were plenty of people that thought that Cowboy Bebop was going to be a total flop when it came out.
It got canceled.
Yeah, that's the thing. It actually wasn't that. It was Cowboy Bebop wasn't popular in Japan. Was actually canceled twice.
Wasn't Ava canceled too?
I don't remember.
I remember Big O got canceled.
Big O got canceled after one season.
I wouldn't consider Big O, like, you know,
a classic. But,
no, I mean, I like it and all, but I'm not going to consider it a damn classic.
Right. The thing, like with Cowboy Bebop specifically, like it didn't get the best, you know, ratings in Japan. It wasn't until it came over to America that it got the following that it did. You know, so it's more of, and so that was just more of a localization issue of, you know, what fans, you know, what audience would this cater to, or what audience would accept this show. Same thing goes with like a Fooly Cooly, where that show absolutely bombed in Japan. But then, you know, it got brought to America because it was dirt cheap at the time to get, because it was, you know, because no one wanted it, and all of a sudden it's now this cult classic among American anime fans.
Cult classics, woo!
I'm sensing a theme here with both of those.
Yes, a lot. I think the theme here is just because it doesn't work in Japan doesn't mean it's not going to work elsewhere.
Actually, I was thinking, except for Faye Valentine, there isn't really any female characters in either show that really do what Asuka and I are yelling about.
The over-sexualization?
Yeah. They're not pulling that shit.
Well, let's see. You got...
And then Japan hates it, and look what happens.
Well, here's the thing. You got Faye in Cowboy Bebop, but she's an adult, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, exactly. Faye is adult who is coping with her past, and part of the way she copes with it is, you know, some of her actions in the show.
Right. With Fooly Cooly, I mean, Haruko is, you know...
I don't look at Haruko that way.
Well, that's the thing. You don't look at her that way, but she plays up her own sexuality to get what she wants.
Yeah, but...
Is she or is she not an adult?
I think she's... hold on.
If I remember in the manga, I believe she's stated as 17.
Let's double... Fuck, I didn't want to open you.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
Yeah. Would you do that for me?
I want to say she's like in the 17 range, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mamimi is in that same age too.
She claims to be 19.
19, okay. But she's from outer space, so who the hell really?
Yeah, knows? I was gonna say she's also from outer space. So, spoiler alert: she's from outer space.
What?
Okay, we don't need to.
Wow. Well, she herself says she's a space cadet.
spoiler alert, Vader is Luke's father. Do we need to do that too?
Yes,
Oh my
actually.
God.
Because now this whole new generation's getting into that.
You need to give me a spoiler alert when you're going to give me a spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert.
Da-da-da.
Jesus. So. But, you know,
But
this brings up an interesting point, because now anime is not the only thing where over-sexualization happens. It does happen in, mainstream American media as well. Star Wars had it, for God's sakes. I mean, Slave Leia. Need I say more?
Wait, what about Slave Leia?
Like, that was just fan service for the sake of fan service?
Was
Oh,
it?
yeah. Don't even start with me about Leia. I can't even begin with Leia.
I kind of block out that part of Jedi.
Leia was... I just saw something the other day that I really liked about it. That wasn't
Jedi, that was Empire, Iowa. Wasn't it?
No.
Wait, was it?
That was Jedi.
Really?
Yes, really.
Oh, well,
yes.
whatever. Oh, yeah, that's right, because it had the fucking Muppets in it.
Well, Leia was punished for being a strong, stubborn woman who was not interested in Han Solo by being put in that stupid suit. Like, that was an attempt to cater her to the male gaze, because she wasn't male gazy enough in her first iteration. Like, they thought that she was a space bitch. So, what better way to show everyone that she can be... She's a space bitch because she gets things done?
No,
because she's not interested in Han Solo initially?
This is exactly why I don't necessarily like how they develop Leia in the 3 movies. Mm-hmm. And if I want to think about Leia, I go to the expanded universe where she's a Jedi Knight and she uses the Force and she saves Luke from the Emperor. Basically Leia is a strong, independent, awesome person. It's also kind of my main complaint with that one game from Team Ninja that I will not name and I refuse to recognize as part of a certain game franchise.
I don't even know what game you're talking about.
Not a clue.
Other M.
Oh.
What?
Other M. Metroid
Other M.
Oh, I know.
The game that made one of the most awesome female characters in the history of anything into a crybaby.
Yeah, I remember this.
Fuck you, Team Ninja for Eternity, for that horse shit. Fuck you and your stupidity. That's the same kind of shit that goes on in anime. It's catering to a certain group of people.
It goes on in Western media, too.
Yeah, it's catering to a certain group of people who think with their wallets and their something else and not their brains.
And their genitals.
Yeah, there you go.
They think with their lower brain.
Mm-hmm. Which isn't thinking.
Yeah. It's like, that morning I found my brain in my underpants.
It's amazing how if a female character starts getting enough shit done and being productive enough, they relegate her to something incredibly sexual or something incredibly stereotypical and demeaning, like there's infertility.
Hold on.
Or lack of relationship.
There is one character in all of this that does buck that trend a little bit, where she's a strong, empowered woman, but at the same time she's incredibly, sexual, but not in a fan servicey way. And I have to now reference this because, damn it, it's true. Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell, who, let's face it, gets shit done, is the strongest female character you could ever possibly imagine.
True story, never saw Ghost in the Shell.
Looks amazing.
Yeah, I really need to watch that.
Damn kids.
Really? No, okay.
Iowa, please tell me you know what I'm talking about.
You know what the funny thing
I know
is?
the character you're talking about, I just haven't seen it.
You know what's funny, Gaynor? I'm actually holding a Ghost in the Shell, manga.
Yeah.
Drawn by Shiro, published by Dark Horse in my hand. Ooh. I'll bring it with me to Asen so I can show you.
Yeah, it's very nice.
But if you ever read the original manga for Ghost in the Shell, the Major kicks a lot of ass and is sleeping with every female she can get her hands on. But at the same time. But you're literally at the same time.
Oh, well.
Yeah, there are parts of the manga where she's in the middle of doing things with women and then has to go back to working because it's like a stakeout, and that's how she's keeping herself entertained.
God bless America.
That's my aesthetic.
But you know what? She's still getting shit done. She can multitask with the best of them.
Well, like, there's the... is it Standalone Complex or the second series where she goes and gets that kid?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Ugh, shit. Yeah, the one where she's like, she finds that kid in the back alley or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's Second Gig.
Yeah, okay. Is that Second Gig?
Yeah, that's Second Gig.
That's not the best example, but it is using her ability to be, like...
hot.
a beautiful person to get the information she needs.
Yep.
To get a case solved.
Yes. God damn it. The fact that I know that because I've seen Ghost in the Shell, which is one of my favorite series, you know.
Well, your fucking icon is, you know...
Yeah, we know.
Ghost in the Shell related. It is for almost every platform I can think of with you.
I know, right?
That's what that is.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, Unit 2, Oscar, when you're done with this, you are going to go watch Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex.
Yeah, I tried to watch it one time. Like, one of my friends has all of them, but I never got around to it.
You especially would like it because of a lot of the scientific stuff that they throw into it.
I was going to say, there's like enough science
or
stuff in there.
Pseudo-scientific?
Like legitimate scientific, like...
It's legitimate scientific with, you know, expansion into possible theories of what we could get to if we could develop the technology.
Yeah, it's more like it's basically technology we have now if it evolved to the point that it exists in this series.
I'll have to watch it.
Yes. You will enjoy it, believe me.
Yeah, you will enjoy it. Ghost in the Shell as a whole is really interesting for the technology, the science, and the philosophy it discusses.
Mm-hmm. And it's one of those series that has held up very well, considering.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, okay. Well, now back to our point about over-sexualization. There's actually an interesting, like, subtopic to this I wanted to bring up, and I was kind of apprehensive about bringing it up just because I know we're all kind of probably on the one side of this thing. But recent trends have caused me to do this, and it's the uptick in the amount of incest in anime.
Oh,
yeah.
That
I know.
I have no frame of reference.
Kill a Kill.
I
don't get it.
Actually, yes.
I don't get it. I don't understand this. Why? Why is this happening?
Honestly, I have no. Kill it. Oh, please don't even get me started on that.
No, Kill a Kill's like that's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped watching Kill a Kill. Is I got to that part of the show and I was like, nope, done.
Yeah,
washing my hands.
Why?
Not continuing.
We'll talk about why afterwards, but I mean,
there wasn't, was there?
Yeah, there was
a little bit with like Satsuki.
Oh,
and Ragyo.
okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a little bit of that. But like a more prominent example.
It's taboo.
Yeah,
taboo. That's why it's not like.
Right, but I think one of the most prominent examples in recent anime is Ramo or My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute. Yeah, let's face it. We all. Here's the thing about.
I'm not watching that. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not watching that.
Yeah,
not 1 second.
I saw the whole show.
You are a glutton for bad anime, aren't you?
The show itself wasn't that bad until they just decided to upright and say, "Fuck it, we're doing it." Like they just up and decided to play like they always kind of hinted at the angle and it was always kind of funny, and then when it actually like came around to like we're gonna do this and it's actually gonna happen, you're just like, what the fuck?
That's when you hit the power button to turn it off.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, but you know that show basically started this whole explosion of it.
Did that come out before Kill a Kill?
You know what? I gotta check the vintage on that, but I think it did.
Yeah, hold on. I'll do that. You keep talking.
Okay. Well, anyway, but yeah, you see like shows like Ramo, you start like it starts showing up in like other stuff that it really ruined a lot of series. It ruined Sword Art Online, but then again, that show sucked anyway. I'm trying to think of some other glaring examples because I really tend to try to avoid it. Like, what the hell was that series? There was that series that came out recently. My Sister's Unusual, which was all kinds of weird.
I haven't noticed an uptick in incest, but do you watch a lot of incest anime?
No, I don't.
I don't.
But
not Iowa Gainer. I don't know why I said Iowa Gainer, because I haven't heard of any of these series.
He watches shitty anime, and it just happens to be there.
Yeah, listen, I don't go out looking for it. It just happens.
Yeah, he just watches bad anime because he's a glutton for bad anime due to, like, you know, prove me wrong in other reasons.
Well,
and it just seems that every time he hits another, it seems like he just seems to hit these unintentionally.
So it's not so much popular anime that's doing this; it's the pulp.
It's almost like it was like there was like a real big upswing in it. Like it became this thing. Like I'm trying. Oh, what the fuck was that series?
Has a lot of it made it to the United States, or has it been restricted to more of like just being in Japan?
No, it's gotten localized too, and that's the other sad part about this. What was that other series? There was My Sister Is Among Them or something like that, I think was it called, where like it was like a harem anime, but like the thing was it was total Russian roulette, where like one of the girls might be his sister and he didn't know.
I'm reading the description for recently My Sister Is Unusual, and it's fucking disgusting.
Exactly.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Well,
and if you watch this, you're part of the problem. And also, this isn't recent. This was like November of 2010.
Yeah, that's when that other show came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so like around 2010 is when this stupidity train kind of started.
Yeah.
In Japan.
All aboard the train. But here's the thing though, is we wouldn't have seen any of that stuff if people weren't accepting of it in some degree.
They're not accepting of it. They get off on it.
They're not. Yeah, that's...
They get off on it. And they get off on it like this because they know that it is illegal and massively harmful to try to attempt any of these things in real life. So...
Right. Well, I'm not saying accepting of it in the sense of, okay, I can, if I'm going to look the other way on this. I meant more accepting of it in the sense that if it's in my show, I can watch it and actually enjoy it. And that's kind of a weird thing with it.
They for whatever reason, allow it to be a part of the show, and instead of taking the normal and good idea of saying, no, I'm not going to watch this anymore, I'm not going to support a show that, has this in it, they just keep watching it and supporting it, even though that is there and they shouldn't.
Right. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying...
Oh, it is. It is not right.
No.
I mean, could it be a business decision, sort of leveraging the people who will tolerate it versus the people who will appreciate it?
What it is in simple economics. You do it once, and if you see enough of a return on it in terms of money, you do it again because you have a group that is willing to give you money for this. And if you do it once, if you do it again, chances are you will get the money again from that same group of people.
Right. It's sort of like trying to find that next big trend is why you started to see a lot of this. Like, if you look at more recent trends, you start seeing a lot of the gore trend, a lot of the edgier trend, stuff like Attack on Titan, stuff like Tokyo Ghoul, stuff like Akame ga Kill, where there was a lot of blood, a lot of violence, a lot of gore. Just a lot of, like, pseudo-edgy, like, holy crap, shock value stuff. I think, and that's really the same thing as the incest problem of they were just trying to find that next big thing. Whether or not that was going to work is another story, but, try everything once.
I hate the fact that doing this as an option to try to make money is a thing. Like, that just boggles my mind.
Yeah.
Like, are there not certain things you would just not do? Just
like
not
business.
Stay away, nuclear, radioactive, don't do this? Like, does that not exist in people's heads?
No.
In their heads, yes, but can it be coaxed up by money? Sure.
Yeah.
No, and I mean, like, here's the thing, like, and I know in Japan, like, there's a certain level of incest that's acceptable, and it's like at like the third cousin level or something like that. But just when it starts getting like the brother sister issue, that's kind of a problem.
Well, it's a problem regardless, but...
But, that whole thing's based on, like, really old beliefs of keeping the bloodlines pure and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, that's why Japan's population is shrinking.
Well, that and the disinterest in sex, oddly enough.
Well, yeah. Which...
Like, why...
Go figure.
Because why go out and meet somebody when you watch anime and have a waifu?
I hate that word.
It's true, though. You know it.
I know, but it's stupid.
happy waifu equals happy laifu.
Too many waifu equal no laifu.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird because I don't get into this stuff. Maybe I'm just weird because I don't get into a lot of crap with the anime community. Yeah, maybe I'm just weird like that.
You're just too old.
I actually have basically stopped watching anime because I was kind of done with it.
I'm kind of in the same boat. The only reason, spoiler, the only reason I really continue to do anime conventions is to see you guys and other people I know. That's really...
Like Ruby count?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the Ace End drinking game. Can't forget that.
Does Ruby count?
As anime?
Yes.
I don't want to bring that debate into this.
No.
I don't feel it is.
Oh.
No, I don't feel it is.
Okay.
I mean...
In that case, I'm just waiting for Under the Dog.
God... I'm just waiting for 3.33 to get out of the fucking United States. That's all I want.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
But shut up.
There's stuff I need to watch. I forget what it is, though. Oh, Cowboy Bebop, of course.
Hey,
what?
What?
Yeah.
Dude,
What?
Okay, you now have like two of the greatest series in the ever to go watch. Go watch them.
What was the other one?
Ghost in the Shell.
You've never seen
yeah.
Ghost in the Shell or Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Stop. Okay, we're going to wrap this podcast up right now so you can go do that.
Yeah, seriously, like, that's it. We're done. That's it. We quit. Done. That's it.
I have
Good night,
an exam to do.
Oi. Okay, look, you're going to be done with college in whatever time. Once you're done, go watch anime. Go watch this shit. You have plenty of time.
Like, don't worry about finding a job. Go watch anime.
It looks like Asuka just got kicked, by the way. The connection's been bad.
Yeah, I noticed.
I think that might mean it's time to wrap up.
I'm in here to say goodbye because it kicked me in the other room.
Yay.
Fucking bullshit, Skype.
Welcome to Technical Problems, the anime.
No, this is when you need to steal the technical difficulties music from Rooster Teeth and just splice it in at the end.
Well, I did have one other topic I wanted to bring up in terms of over-sexualization, because now we've moved away from just being human beings, and anime has started over-sexualizing. God, I can't even speak.
Robots?
No, worse. Inanimate objects.
Guys, Liz isn't here. I think we should just wrap it up.
All right, well.
Yeah,
because I wanted to bring up
I'm here. My computer is disconnected from the internet.
And yet you have a better connection sitting next to
I was going to say, you sound way better, now.
Yeah, so let's keep going with this.
All right.
I had to bring this up because I saw something on Facebook and I'm like, you have got to be friggin' kidding me.
All right, what is it?
I don't even remember what the name of the show is, but basically it was a harem anime where all the girls, quote unquote, are random household appliances. One girl's the fridge, another one is a toaster. Because you've all thought about sticking your pud in the toaster. And I think I've alienated my podcast.
I think we're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make this statement.
Fuck.
It is shit like this that does not really make me want to spend my money on anime, because if this is the crap that people are going to put out for public consumption, the hell with you, I'm keeping my fucking money. And that is the honest truth. When the anime industry gets its head out of its ass and goes back to making good shows with good characters and good stories, and not just giving me the same shit that's been regurgitating for about the last 10 years or so, you're going to get my money. But until then, no fucking dice, anime industry. Okay?
And on that note,
fucking dice.
And on that note, Iowa, I recommend you go watch Blood Blockade Battlefront.
I'm just going to watch Unicorn Gundam. Fuck
You too.
the anime.
No, just go watch Macross and just watch Minmay get slapped on end.
I don't like Macross.
It kicked me off of Skype.
I'll just go fucking watch Lost Universe and, Nadesco and Ava and all the shit from the 90s again and just be a nostalgia. I'll just be a nostalgia guy, because you know what? Tinted glasses, but stuff I watched 10, 15 years ago is better than the shit I'm watching.
I said that 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, there may be a reason why I keep saying it.
All right. Anyway, Liz just came back online apparently.
Oh no, it's through my headset.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, still there.
I am no longer in the call.
No, it said you were back on the call.
No, that's an old message. That's from 4 minutes ago.
No, it literally just popped up on my notifications.
God damn it.
Whatever.
All right.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna wrap this sucker.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up so we can all go prepare ourselves for Game 4 against the Mild.
Yes. Before we wrap this up, though, I just want to remind everyone, please continue to send your emails with the header fan Q&A.
No, they're talking about me. Oh.
Or hate mail.
Or hate mail.
Or, if anybody wants to send hate mail about me, be my guest at this point.
Right, anyway. So send your emails, if you want to ask us questions to fan Q&A. If you want to just bitch at Iowa, I don't care what header you put on that. But
send your hate mail to Caleb@achievementhunter.com.
Anyway, but for reals though, send your emails to dummyplugpodcast@gmail.com. Make sure you guys visit the site at rebuildofevangelion.org. Come visit us at ASIN, because that's literally next week.
That's a week away. By the time this gets put online, it'll probably be less than a week away.
We are literally going to be appearing on May... What the fucking day is it?
Saturday.
Saturday, May 16th at 10:15 at night.
And 10:45 as well.
Well, yeah, that.
Yeah, that's equal promotion.
Right. You know more about it than I do, so I'll let you promote.
Yes, I do.
But yes. So, yeah, come see us. Come talk to us. Send us emails. We want to talk to you guys and stuff.
Hey, come join us for that Dark Horse panel they're doing on set. Yeah, by the way, I'm just going to drop this little bombshell onto Unitu and Asuka. Hey, guess what they're doing at ASEN?
What?
2015,
Asuka can't
the year
hear
of
you, but I'll respond.
It's 2015, the year of Evangelion. It's a Ava Dark Horse panel.
It's an industry panel about Ava.
Yes.
Dark Horse panel.
It's all about Ava.
Wait.
Panel all about Ava. Sponsored by Dark Horse.
I'm just kind of waiting for the reaction.
Waiting for...
Asuka left the room. Really?
What,
do we need to graduate college?
Why can't you just do it? Why can't you do it this week?
Asuka says yes. I'd rather
wait,
do ASEN. My mom wanted me to graduate.
Wait, what is Asuka doing?
Left the room.
No, yeah, what is... Are they going to go get their... Are they just going to run to wherever they can and just be like, give me my fucking diploma now?
Just show up in cosplay, grab diploma, run to ASIN.
That's what I said.
Do it. I did it.
Why the hell not?
I did it.
Yeah, he did it.
You could still literally make our panel.
True story, I was seriously considering wearing, cosplay in some way underneath my cap and gown.
You should.
Wear the plug suit?
If I wore, my Squirrel Girl suit and, not the tights, though, it'd be funny as hell.
Yeah, there you go.
With the tail sticking out the back.
I'm just going to wear PJs under my gown.
But, seriously, if you guys, graduated that day, you could literally make our panel.
Yeah, you can
I graduate on Sunday.
You can still make our panel!
Okay, so then just come to our panel
and then book it.
What time's the panel?
Book it.
10:15 at night.
10:45. Or 10:15. We'd be done by 11:15. I don't understand why you guys couldn't come the first 2 days.
We'll think about it.
Why couldn't you just come for the first 2 days? Or even Saturday?
All right, Iowa, we got to wrap. We still have to wrap this up,
Wait, you guys are Saturday, right?
Yeah, we're Saturday.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
All right.
Yeah, you guys, dude, seriously, I've got Lilith and Sammy coming with us two idiots to that Ava thing. You could totally do the same thing. Why the fuck not?
Okay, Iowa, we got to wrap the podcast up, Chief.
Oh, we do? Oh.
So,
fuck, bye!
So on those bombshells and Iowa's ranting,
Hey, shut up, I'm good at it. Fuck it, we'll do it live!
Thank you for listening, and we will see you guys at ASIN and everywhere else we're going. Thank you, and good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Larg.